Welcome to another episode. And we all heard the news that Halo Infinite was delayed, which pretty much seals the fate for Xbox Series X at launch. Now, if you're into the latest greatest when it comes to Xbox, then there's no reason why you should not buy the Xbox Series X, since most of the games are gonna be improved and the system's gonna be a beast. But if you're only buying it because you wanted to get Halo at launch, well, now you can wait about a whole year. Well, probably a whole year. But that is not what I'm talking about today. It was considered that instead of delaying Halo Infinite, they were gonna release it in pieces. So yes, that rumor that they were gonna release the multiplayer later on was actually true. So this delay to polish up the game doesn't surprise me, especially when they said they weren't gonna include ray tracing at launch, but instead add it at a later date. Now, the reason why they chose to delay it completely instead of releasing it in pieces is because it wouldn't be a Halo launch if that happened. When gamers expect a Halo launch, they expect a spectacle, they expect a full game, they expect greatness. But how can you be great if you're releasing your game in pieces when it's not even complete? According to Phil Spencer, and I quote, "It just didn't feel, to all of us, like a Halo release that we would want. It's a bummer. I know it's disappointing to people, it's disappointing to us. We were looking forward to the alignment of Halo and Xbox Series X, really as a seminal moment for Xbox, looking back to the launch of the original Xbox and Halo Combat Evolved. So yes, they had a chance or an opportunity to release the game in pieces, but Phil figured if we're gonna disappoint people, might as well deliver when the game is actually ready, instead of releasing it in pieces like they had been doing to a lot of their games. Sea of Thieves is one that comes to mind. And again, that's why I'm worried about Everwild, because it seems like Xbox is letting these studios kinda make games at their own pace, and they may not necessarily be where they need to be, especially when it comes to gameplay. Speaking of Everwild, now Halo had the gameplay down, it looked good, it looked like Halo, but the graphics were not the greatest, especially when considering it's a flagship title for the Xbox Series X. Now to me they were fine, but they didn't necessarily scream next gen. Now, will the delay help Halo Infinite? Obviously it will. The more time games get, the better they are, ideally. So now it comes to launch, and what kind of games we can expect from both these consoles. As of right now, there's nothing really too impressive from both PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X, especially since Halo's being delayed. Yeah, we can play Cyberpunk 2077 on next-gen consoles, which will look way better than the previous consoles, but is it really worth paying $500 just for the upgrade in graphics when you can play pretty much the same game on your PlayStation 4 and your Xbox One? I don't know. As of right now, at least to me, I have no reason to invest in these consoles at launch. Obviously, I might buy one or the other just because I'm a gamer and I like playing the latest greatest games. But if, at the time, I'm still tight with money, then I'll still be fine with my Xbox until PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X gets better games. And who knows, maybe if I wait a year, I can probably get a special edition Xbox X. And it might be worth the wait. That's gonna do it for this episode. Remember, when shit hits the fan and your flag title gets delayed and was once considered being put out in pieces, run.